Hello, my crafty friends. This is Teresa with Fresh and Renewed with Teresa. I bet some of you were thinking I wasn't going to go here this year. I have decided that I am going to do, and I didn't decide it until after I had already set this page up, that I am going to do goals, my crafty goals by the quarter. So I am coming to you today, and I am going to combine two videos every quarter. I am going to combine my goals recap and my empties video, because several people said that they really would like to see what I used up this in a month. But I'm going to do it, instead of doing it monthly, I'm going to do it quarterly, so that'll be a little easier for me. So these are my crafty goals from January, February, and March. And I kind of, didn't make, I made this page pretty at first and was using the same kind of ink and everything. Then I didn't keep up with it in March and do another page. And I'm going to do this completely different anyhow. As you know, that I kind of abandoned this planner and went to a happy planner. So starting in April, this will be, for this quarter, will be completely different. So anyhow, I want to show you the things that I tracked, and I didn't do a great job of tracking it, but I am going to do a much better job in April. I don't know if some of you may have caught this in another video, but I had a horrible month for March. I had a great start in January and February. My month in March, I just felt like I fell off the bandwagon on everything. So as you'll see in some of this. Okay, so let's get into it. For my, I'm tracking my de-stash and purge, and how I'm tracking that is my income. And on my spreadsheet that I'm also keeping track of, my income in January wasn't that fabulous because I was just kind of getting it set up again. My income in February was fabulous. My income in March fell off a little bit, but the only reason why it was a little bit up there is because my sister came to visit and she purchased from my de-stash. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see these, and I'll just move my book around. Okay. So for my de-stash, my total income for the quarter was $658.50. Very happy with that. Tidy scrapbook room daily. That's what I call it, scrapbook room, because when I first started having a craft room, I scrapbooked, and it was my scrapbook room. So I failed at this miserably. Not going to fail at March. In this quarter, not going to fail at that. You'll see I did track it in January. The whole month of January, I only did it 10 times out of 31 days. So definitely planning to do this differently. My husband has graciously helped me get some things organized in here. My sister came and helped, well, she came just for a visit, but she helped me get some things organized in here. And I plan to I want a clean, organized room, and by darn, I'm gonna have it. Okay, use embellishments. I counted in January. I used up 12, and then I didn't count. So, I just didn't do fabulous at tracking some of these things. Create with sheet loads. In January, I used 4 sheet loads. In February, I used 3 sheet loads, and in March, I used 5. I had those 2 numbers wrong, and in March, I used 5. The number of cards that I did for all of January, February, and March, I created 170 cards. And I didn't count in March how much I used, but I'm counting how much textured cardstock I use up. And I use 2 sheets in, and these are 12 by 12 sheets. All of my textured cardstock is 12 by 12. I used up 2 sheets in January and 4 sheets in February. And of course, I told you about March. Fell off the bandwagon of doing it. January, February, and March. I didn't list March right here. I would say I used up 3/4 of the scraps in each one of the bags. I have my scraps all separated into monthly bags as to what I need to use for that month. And so I would say I used up 3/4 of each. Look for a video to come later this month, and I'll be using some scraps that were in the March bag to create a specific type of card that everything is cut and the image is colored and everything. I just never put it together. So look for that video to come later this month. Planner decor, oh my goodness. You would think somebody that had just gone out and decided they were going to do planning this month would be gung-ho. Well, guess what I've been gung-ho about? I've been gung-ho about collecting supplies for planning decor. Not so much about actually doing it. I did it 2 times in January, 4 times in February, and 0 in March. So maybe 1 in March. Anyhow, definitely going to get better at that. The key to this for me is that all of my other things are done first. My card obligations, my design team obligations, and then this comes second. So, and another key to this for me is that I need a clean room. So, participate in at least 4 challenges. Now, those challenges are challenges over and above my Not Too Shabby challenge duty and the challenge that I put on myself for my blog. So I did 2 challenges in January, 2 challenges in February, and I didn't write down March. I did 2 challenges in March. In fact, for one of the challenges, I received an honorable mention. I participated in the caffeine challenge. So I'll list that link down below in case you'd like to participate in it and you don't know about it. So anyhow, the other challenges that I did participate in are there's a stamp for that challenge. So I will also put the link of that that's a Facebook group. And it's only on Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, then you wouldn't be able to participate in that challenge. But the caffeinated one is a blog. And I will also link the Not Too Shabby blog because we have a challenge every month. So I'll link that in the description box down below. Keep up with my own blog series. I have a blog post every Saturday that is talking about my word of the month and kind of giving you progress about my word of the year and my vision board. And so even though it's late in April, one day this week, and those blog posts go up on Saturdays, but even though it's into April, one day this week, I'm going to do a recap of all of my my current blog, word of the month, word of the year, my vision board, and I kind of give you a review. So I'll leave my blog link down below if you're interested in that. And I did keep up with the blog series for the most part in January and February. I did not in March. Well, I had up 1 post for the month of March for my word of the month. I also started a brand new challenge of myself. The challenge is mostly on Instagram of hand lettering, and I revealed that in March. So I don't know, I guess you could count that separately. I was counting that separately from keeping up with this series cards to go with my blog series. I had 3 in January. I had actually 6. 2 of them weren't pictured, but they were the same cards. That's why I only pictured 2. I had 6 in February, and I had 0 in March. So, my biggest accomplishment for the whole quarter, though, comes right here. It was my goal. One of my crafty goals was to use up 3 Doodlebug collections completely before I order another one. And I used up 5. So these were all collections, so we're just hanging out in my craft room, little parts and pieces of them. And so I used up 5. And now I'm talking about 6x6 paper pads. A Doodlebug Kitten Smitten, Doodlebug Home Run, Doodlebug Dragon Tales, and Doodlebug Fairy Garden. And then also Doodlebug Hippity Hoppity. All of these, I have a video about all of these. I used these in the card hopping video. I will also link that video down below in case you'd like to check it out. And then the Hippity Hoppity, I have the cards, I counted it here because I have the cards all cut and everything for my nursing home donations for Easter. I've got to get those put together today, but they're not put together, but the collection's all used up. So I was thrilled with this accomplishment right here. This kind of overtakes all of the rest of the things that I didn't get done. So I'm going to scooch back out. And then now I'm going to show you my empties. Now I had almost, and with the empties, I do have some cards to show you that I made with scraps that I had not, that haven't shown yet anywhere. So one of the things I need to keep better track at this, again, did not keep the best track at this, but, one of the things that I want to keep track of all year long, and I'm going to add 3 to this because I know that, you know, before I realized I threw a few away. This represents ATG tape, and I want to keep track at how much ATG tape I have used up in the year. So there are 9 rolls right here. So for the first quarter, I used up 12 rolls. So on an average, I'm using 4 rolls a month. So anyhow, there's those 12 rolls. And then I also, just in case you don't know this, I've showed it a couple of times. I have a cup full of enamel dots that are like left over from when I did Scrapping for Less, parts and pieces left over from collections that I didn't use. And it is my challenge to myself to use up these enamel dots before I break out anymore. And I have enamel dots. I have an obsession with enamel dots. You would think I would have used up more this month, but I have a ton of enamel dots. And I'd like to use some of them, but I can't until I finish that cup. Anyhow, I only used up 3 strips. I know you probably can't see this. Let me see if I can put something under there. I used up 3 strips. So, could have used up more and thrown them away. I'm not so sure, but. And then I made it a point to use up some Doodle Pops. So, I haven't even counted them. $21 Doodle Pops, and then this was, I'll link this down below too if I can find it. I made a set of coffee cards in January for my nursing home donations, and this is a package of die cut stickers. I'm not sure how many many stickers were in there, but they're absolutely adorable, and I use those all up. So these are the cards that I created. I used the February sketch, no, the March sketch from Not Too Shabby, and some other, some images that I colored, and I made a set of, I think they're all birthday cards. Yes, I made a set of birthday cards with that. So there's 4 cards. I thought there was 5, but there's 4. With this stamp set. That was a MFT stamp set, and it's retired now, I think. Those were from the MFT stamp set, and this was a Newton's Nook stamp set. So anyhow, that is my goal recap and empties video. I will keep better track for this coming quarter, and I will have more than 4 cards to show you. Although the video is already 16 minutes long, so I need to cut it short. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. And please like and subscribe, and smash that like button, and I hope you enjoy it here. Bye.